Hey everyone, welcome to Health Psych with Miss M. Today I'd like to discuss a topic that deserves more awareness. Highly sensitive persons, or HSPs, have higher expression of a trait that deals with how we process our environments. And this can refer to sensitivity in both psychological and physical stimuli. It's important to note that high sensitivity is a trait, just like our eye color, and not a mental health disorder, even though it can co-occur with anxiety, depression, or insomnia. To better understand HSPs, there is an acronym called DOES. So the D in DOES stands for depth of processing. This means that the brains of HSPs process the world a little bit more deeply. Think of the brain like a sponge, where all the pores in the sponge are just a little bit deeper than other people. So this might look like processing more of what's in your environment, taking things a little more seriously, even taking longer to come to decisions because you're literally processing things more deeply. So as you can imagine, all of this processing could lead to overstimulation, which is what the O stands for. So this is again like when your computer has too many apps or programs open and it starts making that hissing sound. It's like taking in too much of your environment, and so that's leading you to feel frazzled and stressed, so that you're more likely to be irritated by, say, when the TV's on and people are talking at the same time, or loud concerts, or even other types of things that you feel uncomfortable to, like changes in temperature or certain foods. The E stands for empathy or emotional reactivity. So as you can imagine, that depth of processing information can also contribute to just deeper processing and understanding of other people's emotions, and even just your own emotions, like feeling anger or happiness a little bit more strongly than the average person. And finally, the S stands for subtlety, or just overall sensitivity. So this can include noticing subtle things in your environment, but also just that physical and emotional sensitivity. So you might be sensitive to different foods, noises, temperatures, things like that, just because the brain is working a little bit more in overdrive and picking up more things from the environment. But being an HSP doesn't have to be all bad news. Hopefully, in that DOES framework, you heard some things that could actually be really positive and adaptive. HSPs are often likely to be creative, empathic, intuitive, observant, and introspective, carrying that rich inner life. So for example, you might be the first person to notice that the stove was left on, thereby saving your family or housemates from your house burning down. You might be the one to appreciate the beauty or awe-inspiring things in your environment. You can put that rich inner world and channel that creativity into producing beautiful works of art. And your intuition can maybe lead you to solve problems or just notice things ahead of other people. And because HSP is not a condition, there isn't really a treatment for it, but there are ways to manage it. So through mindful self-awareness and acceptance of being an HSP, you can try to plan ahead or make sure that self-care and decompression time is built into the things that you're doing. You might try to understand an environment that you're going to be in, like is it going to be loud or hot, etc., trying to have some control over the things that your brain just has a harder time dealing with. So think of this like adjusting the amount of sunscreen that you wear based on the level of sunlight and also your skin tone. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic, so please comment and stay tuned for more.